We are 2G1B, also known as 2 Guys 1 Belt, also known as at 2 Guys 1 Belt. Subscribe to us below. How do we start off the night, Nathan?
Monday Night Raw, April 20th, 2015, from Albany, New York. We start out with
I hear voices in my head.
RKO, Randy Orton himself, inside the steel cage, promote their match on Sunday. And then out comes Seth, and they go back and forth on the microphone to start out the night. Zach, what's your thoughts?
I mean, it's good storyline building up into it, but especially it's good for the whole episode because they made a reference saying that, you know, you can't use the RKO at Extreme Rules, and Randy says, you know what, I'm just going to RKO the shit out of everybody else because I'm Randy Keith Orton.
The whole RKO going throughout the night was actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
I thought it was comical. I find the whole RKO out of nowhere thing hilarious.
I like when he hit it on Heath Slater. That was probably
the Heath Slater one
was like
was
a
great.
wet dream of mine happening. Yeah, let's go ahead and rate the segment real quick.
Thumbs up, thumbs down for me.
Give it a thumbs up and a half. Seth Rollins' finishing move is actually banned, non-kayfabe. So we'll get to that a little bit later tonight. But we're going to roll into the next best segment of all time.
All time.
All time.
That's a bold move there, Cotton.
If I had to choose a Mount Rushmore of WWE wrestlers
right now,
current wrestlers that were on Monday night, I'd go one face would be Luke Harper, another face would be Bo Dallas, the third face would be Luke Harper, and the fourth face would be Luke Harper.
That's a lot of beard there, Tom, for concrete.
We weren't sure if this was a match.
We didn't even know it was a match. Like, we didn't even know it started, and they were just brawling on the outside, and they kept brawling and brawling. And it was all right. I mean, it wasn't a bad
then
brawl.
I think later in the night they determined it was going to be a street fight match.
A street fight.
Which kind of made sense. They kind of should have just said it.
They could have a good match on Sunday, so, you know, who knows?
They still kind of should have said it before that it was going to be a street match.
Right. Let's get into the next,
worst
the
match.
real all-time best segment of the night, the #1 contenders tag team match.
I never asked you, who would you put on your Mount Rushmore? WWE wrestlers. Current WWE wrestlers.
It'd be Kofi Kingston. And then I would have a combined head of Xavier Woods and Big E in one, like side by side, and Kofi Kingston.
Boom! 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 This match, tag team match,
was a #1 contenders match for the tag team titles.
I want to get your unbiased thoughts, Zach, of this.
My real thoughts, Sin Cara and Kalisto should have won.
Probably.
I don't think New Day really deserves one because they had a shot at WrestleMania and then they didn't capitalize on it.
Absolutely.
But at least it's not Los Matadores.
Oh, yes.
That's my real thoughts.
That's for sure.
But these guys are good. As much as we shit on the tag team division, they're good. The tag team division just isn't great, in my opinion. It wasn't what it was 3 months ago.
It's not even really close. Lucky enough, if they had the Usos didn't get hurt, you know, Jey Uso didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
This would be an all right tag team division, but now they're lost. I think they're completely lost right now.
I think that's kind of why they're going to throw New Day in. They're going to kind of repackage them a little bit after they lose, because I'm assuming they're going to lose.
I guess New Day sucks is what's going to be happening.
Nah.
See, he can go Fandango all he wants. I'm going Lucha.
And I'm going to do Axelmania.
Yeah, let's go to the real star, Curtis Axel. Jobs again. Attaboy.
To Fandango.
But to Fandango, out of all people.
Like, I can understand a mid-card guy. That's completely
a solid
fine.
mid-card
A solid mid-card guy. But to Fandango,
Jesus.
to put him over for his face turn?
A face.
Even though he just got a heel turn 3 months ago?
I don't even know what they're doing, Fandango. I can just tell you this. It sucks. It's not good.
Well, the only thing I like about this whole situation is the dance, because that's just fun.
No, the dance is just as dumb as he is.
It's just fun to do sometimes, you know.
So is Lucha.
You're just sitting there in the mirror naked.
So is Lucha.
No, not quite.
It's
theirs is kind of more aggressive and ethnic, and I like mine a little bit lighter and whiter.
I like my hand gesture like this to be a little bit softer.
And
next up, we have hashtag Triple H returns from the longest not being there for a while. I don't know. 2 weeks.
/ hashtag plug party.
Plug party all day long. He plugs Tough Enough. Before we get to the plug party, what are your thoughts on Tough Enough? Will you be watching Tough Enough?
I will. I don't know if I'm going to watch it religiously or anything like that,
Right,
but I might wait until a few episodes come out and watch a few
Hey,
of
it's
them in a
on
row.
USA. You can always DVR it.
Yeah,
you
just
know,
record it, watch a few in a row, see if I like
They
it.
are having this live interactive thing with fans where I guess they'll get a vote or something
Yeah,
like that. We don't know for sure.
I won't be voting. Let's get to the real problem here.
Oh, God.
Why
Just
at WrestleMania he does the biggest plug of all time, then he comes back, does another big plug, but there's no talk of Sting. Where is Sting? Why aren't they talking about him? Kind of push it aside. Kind of makes the whole feud pointless, in my opinion.
Done? Is Sting done? Look, can he at least tell us that he's done, for crying out loud?
Sweep it under the rug.
Exactly.
Come on.
How much sweeping under the rug do we have to do here?
All right, well, let's go ahead and rate this awful
Let's
segment.
rate it. I'm gonna
go a half because they're
I'm
trying to
gonna go
get their other things going,
I'll
but
even go
downs
a
because
thumbs
it
up and a
sucks.
thumb
Oh,
down
jeez.
because I'm gonna watch
Jeez,
Tough Enough,
gosh.
but I don't have high hopes for it. Divas
division
Divas. Naomi, newly turned heel versus Brie Bella.
/ new #1 contender without being told.
I guess. I don't. We assume so. They still haven't even announced the Divas Championship match, so we don't even know for sure.
But anyways, the match, it wasn't terrible.
It wasn't for a
terrible
Divas match. It was all right. Yes, it was.
They still have no direction that they're giving us with the Divas division.
Or just no solid base to it. We're just assume that Naomi beat up Paige, so she's the new #1 contender. She's a heel. Bella's I just so happen to turn face. Like they're throwing us some oddballs here.
Let's get to the best moment of the night.
Well, first, before we even mention the returns man's name, let's get to Roman Reigns. He comes out. No big show tonight. No.
Has some good mic time.
Had some good mic time.
Didn't mess up. Not that I remember. So.
It just wasn't great by any means.
I mean, it was basic, but that's what you got to do.
Roman Reigns promo, for sure.
But he's just talking. And
then I guess he needed to beat up on someone tonight.
Yeah, he needed a quick jobber. And
Well,
nobody else than my favorite.
Who better?
Yeah, baby! Bo Dallas!
Believe, baby. Bo Dallas came out, and guess what he did?
He jobbed pretty hard, but...
Hey, we don't mind that. Good for you, Bo Dallas. Bo leaving. Not only that, but Roman kind of put him over. The best line of the night, definitely, was when Bo Dallas called Roman Reigns the Tim Tebow of the WWE.
Ha! Got him!
The Got Him award of the night goes to Bo Dallas to Roman Reigns.
That has to be a weekly award we give out.
The Got Him award of the night goes to Bo Dallas to Roman Reigns. But then Roman comes back and he does his shtick, of course.
Yeah, and he changes up his catchphrase from "believe that" to "believe that."
So hey, it's like he's putting him over. He got his ass kicked.
He kind of paid did the whole Paul Heyman thing, you know. He kind of shit talks him, but then he puts him over. I mean,
it's like Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. They're just so entertaining. They can still job. It's still okay. They're entertaining. Wait a minute. I just had an idea. Are you having an idea?
I think I'm having the same idea.
I think we're having the same idea.
Are you ready for the high five after you tell them what the idea is?
The Bo Dallas Curtis Axel tag team to save the division. To save the division. Dun, 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 dun.
We'll call him Daxel.
Daxel. Let's go ahead and rate it. Let's get it. Let's go ahead. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Without a doubt. Mouth. Here we go. Next up. We have Sheamus versus
woo, fella.
Zack Ryder.
That'd be a good character. They combine their characters.
No, don't get me wrong. I know you're not for the whole Sheamus heel thing right now.
No, I'm not for Sheamus or Zack Ryder. So this
definitely
match,
not Zack Ryder. But this was wow, bad. I guess worse.
I don't know.
Worse?
I think maybe you could have switched Zack Ryder and Bo Dallas, and it kind of would have made more sense. Because you could have had Bo just shit talk Sheamus and then
exactly. You want to make
over.
Roman look better, right? Next up, we got the U.S. Open Challenge by John Cena for his U.S. title. A little bit of surprise.
I thought it was a pretty cool twist.
Kane early in the night got all pissed off and said, "Hey, I'll prove it to you," or something like that to Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
We didn't know what he's going to do. I assumed he's going to go after Dolph Ziggler. Well, lo and behold, Kane answers John Cena's U.S. Open Challenge.
And I thought it would probably repeat history and be one of the people that were in the IC ladder match, but
Hey, they swerved it a little bit.
this was a good swerve. The
Nice
match
swerve.
was all right.
It wasn't great, but-
It wasn't great, but it was a cool swerve that we weren't expecting.
Absolutely.
So that's what kind of made it good. So
Kane still just lost, though, which for storyline purposes, it kind of makes sense. So I wasn't minding it too much.
yeah, it was actually pretty cool because I feel like it was a cross of storylines.
I'll keep saying it until it stops. This open challenge thing, the idea of the open challenge is good. The open challenge is not, because you're not making memorable U.S. championship matches. You're really not. You're expecting Cena to go out and win it every single night. So what credibility is that doing to the belt?
We'll go ahead and rate that match real quick. I'm going to give it a thumbs up for the swerve and a half for the match.
I'm just going to go thumbs up, thumbs down.
In my personal opinion, is super, super, super disappointing that they had the Miz versus Mizdow for the rights to the Miz title and all his merch and stuff like that on the Monday Night Raw 6 days before the pay-per-view.
And for 3 weeks straight, they have done this.
But this one had some sort of stipulation, which made it interesting.
At least
It made it interesting, but you couldn't wait 6 days. I don't care if Miz is in a movie. Have him come back that one day.
And you know what? This is actually even a good and a bad situation here. Miz wins. Summer Rae turns on Damian Mizdow. Okay, whatever.
That's fine.
To go, and Miz wins. Miz wins the moniker. Now, at this point, I still assume he's going to go film that movie, whatever movie they're doing.
But you have 7 days to find out what
Yes,
you're going to do
for
with
sure.
Damian Sandow.
For sure. Exactly. And that's the thing. This actually might be a little bit of a blessing in disguise. Mizdow loses. The whole Mizdow thing, hopefully it's over, in my personal opinion. Hopefully it's over. And they need to honestly give this guy a shot. Just give him a shot. Not as the Damian Sandow savior of the masses, just as something else.
You have
to
to
give him a shot.
But we'll rate that match real quick.
You know,
I'm going to go a thumbs down because it was shitty. And I'm going to go a half because I think this whole shit's over, and I'm hoping it's all over because it's about time.
Some story,
Some new story. Some new story. Hopefully something new. Are you not hearing me? New.
Next up, we have a match, and I'll speak a little something after the match. We have Ryback versus Adam Rose. Ugh.
Let's go and rate this one real quick because I don't even care about the match. I care about the
I'm
news
just gonna
after.
go evens because it's just like what?
Evens? I'm going to go 2 thumbs down, man.
I'm going evens because I don't mind them putting Ryback over, but I kind of just don't care at the same time.
Well, yeah, but you have to get 2 local jobbers to take a shell shock at the same time.
Yeah, from the Rosebuds.
Just
that
to
was,
put him over?
And then he gets on the mic and says something about a hot dog and a
Yeah, he tried to make a joke. Which this guy is good on the mic, like storyline.
He's all right on the mic.
And then you're gonna give him some shitty joke.
But then you give him some shitty joke. Have some rumors. We obviously saw another Bray Wyatt promo tonight, aiming at some person.
And it was right after this match.
And it was right after this match. I thought maybe Bray Wyatt's the guy he's calling out was Ryback, and now it looks like on the dirt sheets, I know not a great reliable source, says that Ryback is the culprit to the Bray Wyatt promos.
Disappointing. Those are my thoughts.
Disappointed. Could be better. Hopefully they do the right thing. That's all I got to say. Just do the right thing. And if you don't know what the right thing to do is here.
All right. So
next up we have
the main event of the night.
Main event of the night. A little bit of a surprise main event, but we have...
It was supposed to be the main event last week, I'm pretty sure.
Supposed to be the main event last week, ended up becoming the main event this week. It was Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins.
As we were talking about earlier in the episode, we'll just skip right to the end of the match. Seth Rollins' new finisher, like a reverse Dirty Deeds is what it looks like to me. What do you think of it?
Yes, obviously it looks like the curb stomp for health reasons. It's not banned. It's just they ask him not to do it anymore.
So he'll probably only do it at pay-per-views.
Yes, it's like a lot of references to Randy Orton's punt. He does the punt thing from corner to corner. He did it for all the legends for the Legend Killer gimmick, and that's a good similarity. I think it's not. I don't like it personally because I love the curb stomp.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Love it. Love a great move. But this could be all right because he could put it out on special occasions to really put it out.
Yeah, to really hype people up about it.
Gets the curb stomp over. Is the best thing I can think of they can do with this is put the curb stomp over by making it that like special occasion when he hits it. You're done.
But let's rate the match as a whole. I mean, it was a good match. Both these guys are
match.
high energy.
I'm going to go
Some good moves.
If you include what happened at the end with Orton sneaking into the cage and
it was just
and doing the crazy RKO off the
Seth
top
and
rope.
RKO. I'm going to give it a thumb up and a thumb up.
I'm going to go a thumb up and a half. It was a decent way to end the show, especially since we have a pay-per-view on Sunday. It was a decent way to end the show. It really was.
Well, I thought it was just, I mean, it was kind of predictable, but
It was a little bit predictable.
Randy Orton getting him in the cage alone
you know
was
what they
cool.
did? The execution was solid. It
Yes.
really was. No one really
very
had
solid.
that bad of a hiccup tonight. No one, the big stars, the people that matter. No one really had a hiccup tonight, which is great to hear before pay-per-view. Let's go ahead and overall rate the Raw.
I'm going to go up and down. And tell me your good things, and I'm going to tell you two bad
I'm going to go
things.
thumb up and a half. If this was the Raw after Extreme Rules, something like this, I would be upset. I'd be like, this is stupid. I don't want to see this. But this is the Raw before pay-per-view. Built up to the pay-per-view nicely, but what it did was, really, honestly, it kept my attention for the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you
hopes.
on that 100%, that it did its job on hyping up Extreme Rules. But my two problems with it...
I have two problems as well. Two people.
Daniel Bryan didn't show up.
Yep.
Adrian Neville didn't show up.
You have Daniel Bryan, who is hurt. Okay, he's hurt.
But they did announce he has a championship match at Extreme Rules.
But now they think they're putting like this thing on it where if he can't compete, they're not going to have the match. Which Michael Cole said something on commentary.
Yeah.
Here's my thing with Daniel Bryan. If he's hurt right now, you shouldn't have brought him back early as you did. Plain and simple. You shouldn't have. So that's why that's bullshit. Then the Neville problem is you're slowing him down. I'm not saying to like a point like it's extreme, like you're dumbasses because you're slowing him down. But people want to see this guy wrestle in a ring every Monday night.
Like you could have made the Sheamus match shorter. You could have made the Ryback match shorter, even though that one was pretty short.
And you could have just had him had a jobber because one, the last two Monday nights he's lost. So a nice win would have been nice this week.
Yeah, that's our show.
S2G1B. We rock this shit.
See you next week. We're going to do a 1 hour, last hour stream of
live reaction.
Live reactions.
We'll get the main
rules.
event in there. Probably another good match or two.
Yeah,
as well.
and then if we watch before, because we're actually going to be out of town, so it's going to be hard for us to watch it all. But do a quick recap as soon as we start our stream. But be on the lookout for that. We'll post a link to it on Twitter. We'll probably create the event today or tomorrow. But be on the lookout for that. And if you don't watch that, we'll see you next Monday.